Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Depends on where you're to. Basically, this is Gamer Smith back again, doing a little bit of online driving, of course, as I be actually driving and people be hating. Of course, hating in what direction? I'm not too sure. But if you look at the reference to what my stream name is, it's kind of funny at the same time. Like instead of I'll be rolling and people hating, you get it. Anyway, let's do some racing here. Woo! Whoa.
Okay, cool.
New events available. Whee! Woo! All right, I gotta go along and grab some of this stuff. Ooh. Now I got to go along and find a race. We've got one person down there. Okay. I was just why in the heck was I just teleported here? I don't know. All right. All right. Now let me see. Let me have a look. I'm looking for a race. And, ooh, 37K, I'll take that. Woo! Alright, going around the corner. Going around the corner. Out in the street. Alright, ooh, this track, this road feels really familiar. Oh boy. Oh, ambulance. Whoop. Can't hit that. Can't hit parked cars. Try not to. Here we go. My race is over here. Alright, going in. Whoa. Back. Starting now, of course. Of course, I'm going to be playing this solo. Even though I'm online, but anyone can actually join in at a time, so there we go. Ooh, I love this car. I love this design. I love this skin. Ooh, so sexy. Oh, yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Like a Mario. Going in. Ow. Bumper curves, anybody? Oh yeah. Whee! Whoa. This works. Ow. Gotta stay off the walls. Off the walls. Woo. Alright, let's go in. Sharp turn. Yeah. It'd be like, what was it? I forget what movie it was now. It was like left turn. Gotta love those left turns. Whee! Whoa! Oh yeah. Left turn. Whoa. Nice. I got a bit of time between the second place and me. I'm trying to unlock the Koenigsegg now to the quest for the storyline. I'll get that eventually. Right now, that'll be replacing this car, of course, and so on and so forth. So I do have a couple of cars. I don't have all the parts, the ultra parts yet. I'm still working on those, of course. And I'm working on it. Ow. I gotta stand the road a little bit more, but I'm glad I never miss a point. So that's a good thing. Ow. Over. Alright, that works. We're still good. We're still going. Woo! Alright, let's get over there. Yee. Little bit of sharp turn. I love that sharp turn. Little gas. Ooh. Passing gas. I mean nitro. Alright. Give me a second here. I've got... My fridge is cutting again. Ah, I hate when that happens. Because my screen goes black for a second. There we go. Back on the road again. Can't wait to get on the road again. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Whoa. Alright, we are actually taking it home. Woohoo! Sweetness. Gotta love that. Oh yeah. Dee 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 dee. Ooh. 37K. Well, 1/4 away to my next car. Let me see. Let me see what I can do here. Ooh, there. We got a guy from Assassin's Creed. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, 64. Ooh. 28. All right. I'm at a 28 right now. I got to go over that 64. Ooh. And yes, I'm doing races that I never did before because I was basically getting up to level 50 so I can actually unlock more cars. But of course, I got to continue on with the storyline. Most of the storyline right now is actually in nighttime. So I'm actually stuck in limbo right now between night and day. And so on and so forth. I've got about 70% of the storyline done. It's just that I got to do a certain thing now and get more stuff unlocked, of course. But right now, I'm not too much worried about that. Like I said, getting like the some of the faster cars. Like, I mean, these are okay. Of course, it'll get myself through the game to a certain point, and that's just it. And what I'm actually looking for, get 130. Nah, forget that. I'll get that later on. Whoa. And let's stay on the road again. Ow. Gotta watch it for that. Ooh. Another ow. Woo. Watch it for that. Watch it for that. I'm at that race. Woo. Ow. You gotta love the traffic. The weather is so mean. Alright, what I'm gonna do here is basically do it this way. Here you do. Alright. Alright, that will work. Alright, now I'm going to resume. I'm going to do this 64K race, which I can easily do with this car. It's barely cutting with the stats though, because I've got this maxed out at 388, but it's still not a bad car. Like, I mean, I know I can get the ultra parts and get this one to go beyond 400. But it's, like I said, it's only a little bit of an upgrade. So I'm not going to worry about it right now. Right. Because I'm just trying to unlock a good few more couple of cars. So I'd be able to actually do more with this game. Ooh. Nice. I'm getting stuck on bumper cars here. Gotta love bumper cars, of course. Everybody gotta love bumper cars. Woo. Especially like carnivals. Carnivals is actually really good for bumper cars. Whoa. Alright, going to take first place. Well, can I keep first place? I wonder. I should be able to keep first place if I'm actually able to keep this car on the road. Can't get wait to get on the road again. Oh yeah. Woo! Sweetness. Uh-oh. Whoa. We got a sharp turn coming up, boy. Gotta watch it for that sharp turn. Sharp turn. Sharp turn. Sharp turn. Whoop. There we go. Woohoo. Ow. Ooh, this is not good. Ooh. Alright, we're going around the hair. Sweetness. Whoa. Yeet. Ooh. That was actually good air. I guess it'd be air to compare. Oh yeah. I don't know, like I said, what other type of car I can get. I was looking at a 2.1 mil, but like, I mean, I'm only looking for speed cars right now. because I know speed cars can actually do a lot more. But then I'll be looking for off-road, and like I said, so far, the Ford pickup seems like the best, but I'm, like I said, for stats. So I might just end up building one of those. Ooh. Another sharp turn coming up. Yeet. Like I said, I always try and look for stats, like the upper stats instead of the below. But I mean, acceleration can make a big difference, and so can brake timing. But, you know, going straight over. It's good, right? Yeah, that's why I'm using this car right now, because it has not too bad of a brake time. And so on and so forth. But this car is actually half decent, I find. But like I said, it's too bad I don't have ultra parts in it. Now I do love the skins for this, but some people have actually made. And like I said, I could do the same thing if I got the time and effort. Whoa, crap. But I don't have the time enough to go along and put something together. Not like that. Going straight in. Sweetness. Woo! Come on, turn, turn, turn. Whee! Whoa. So much fun. Oh, yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. A little bit too much dirt there, sir. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeet. Alright, I'm at 77% completed the race. Ooh, free cash. Oh. And I'm still in first place, so it's all good. Yeah, like I said, only for the glitches and stuff like that, I would have a lot of the ultra parts and stuff. But I find that this game glitches, like every other EA game, it just glitches way too much. Like I said, as you can see, I'm not too bad of a driver. It's just that, like, I mean, to do the turns and doing the braking, and so it doesn't get stuck on the road, or stuck in the road, or stuck against a fence. This is after happened to me so many times trying to get the parts and stuff. Like, I mean, it's not that I don't want to give up trying to get them. It's just that the game has been out long enough for it actually to be fixed, which is kind of annoying. But it's what it is, you know. It's craziness. But you can't complain, because like I said, the game is still playable and whatnot, the case may be. So it's a lot of fun. So, yeah. I never complain about something as long as I can still play it and try to make something out of it. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, I got to find, that's a 48K. I could actually, I'm going to redo this one because I want to get that 48K. And that means I'd have over 100 and something odd K. So I'll have a little bit of spending money. Like, I mean, I could make millions. Like, I mean, very easy. But, like I said, it's just what it is. That's why I'm doing all daytime races right now, so I can stockpile and start buying cars. Now I was looking at the well, I already got the 500 grand one, but I'm not looking for anything less than that. And like I said, that's the Lamborghini. The only car I find that they didn't add it to this version would be the Lamborghini Countach, because that would actually be a real good Lamborghini, a car. And like I said, they added the rest of them. I don't know why they never add Countach in it, because that's actually a good racer. And it's actually have pretty good stats too, if done right. So yeah. Like I said, you do have, I think you do have your Murcielago. I'm not sure though. Because I never looked at all the car lists yet. As I said, I'm only in the process of buying, so, you know, it just takes that much more time. So it's all good though. Slowly getting slowly going around that turn. I should not be like a ping pong ball there. But hey, I'm still in first place, right? Yay. There you go. Slow down here. Oh, nope. Slow down here. Nope. Slow down here. Yes. Now I'm going to hit those pylons, but I'm not going to do too much. It's not going to slow me down enough. So that's good. That's good. 2 out of 3 laps. Going around that corner. Oh, yeah. All good. Fine and dandy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I say I can't wait to get back into the Gran Turismo and stuff like that. Yet again, I never streamed no Gran Turismo yet. I wanted to be able to start streaming that because I find the game has got a lot of content. It just don't have much customizations. Like, I mean, it is a more realistic simulator to a point. Like, I mean, to the crash and to the crash damage and stuff. But on the other hand, like, I mean, I don't know. It's just done completely different than what these Need for Speed games are. I like to be able to go back and do my Need for Speed, basically rivals. Basically teach you how to do one of the easiest ways to make money. People would be like, oh, that's how you do it. Like I said, I was really low level, making like millions. And like I said, well, you don't lose the money itself. It's all stockpiles, so it's just like, yay. And like I said, it's just crazy. It's what you can do with these games. And all the availability of customizations and stuff is phenomenal, you know? And like I said, to have like a pretty much a free game to a point, but also have free server time. Like, I mean, I play like Porsche Unleashed and stuff like that, but of course their servers and stuff doesn't exist anymore. And yes, you used to be able to play that online too, but it wasn't very popular and stuff like that. I didn't play that online. I just played it offline and did what I need to do with that. I basically maxed out that game within only in a few days. So, like I said, I'm just glad this game itself has a lot more content and stuff like that. So it's not something that you can complete in a few days. Like, I mean, to that direction. Because there's a lot of curves and stuff that you can collect. But like I said, if you already play this game or have this game, like I said, you're more than welcome to basically join me. And I'll be able to help you out as much as I can. Like I said, I like to be able to have the ultra sets of the like the engine and stuff like that. But I'll get that in overtime. You got no worries with that. Like I said, I've got most of the main speed and everything else anyway of the cars, so it's not too bad. And I need to finish off the storyline just a little bit more too. So, but it's all good. 48K. Ooh. So how much money do I have right now? Ooh, 199K. I'm not going to do this one again because it's gone down to 32K. But I'm going to look at the dealership because I want to see exactly what's available. I still got to do the off-road missions too because there's another car that looks decent. I'm not saying it's 100% great, but it looks decent. First, I'm going to go to the garage so I can actually go along and cash in to reset some of the stuff in the map so I can get that maximum amount of dollar again so I can start working on that. And now I got to see if I got all the upgrades to this car too because I'm not sure what I've got and what I don't have yet until I've actually looked at it. So I'm going to go along and go into the garage and see exactly what I've got. So let's see what I can actually do with this car so far. I'm not even sure what I can do.
Maybe you should ease off the nighttime stuff for a while.
I'm not doing nighttime stuff anyways. Let me see. Elite. There's no Elite Plus in that. That's a Super. That's the best I can do with that. The Elite. I think I've got everything for this car. No, actually, I can make it 391 by using drag tires. I can use that. I think 391 is going to be the highest I'm going to get. Yeah, 391 is going to be the highest I'm going to do. But I don't mind. 391 I drag. That's supers. I want to use elites. But it's only one good elite there, but it's not the one I'm looking for. I guess the little graph saying but the Corning is not the best, right? High grip result in build. Higher grip resulting right because it'll basically end up peeling. So 389 track tires would be the best for racing. So I'm going to go along and grab those and work with that. Now, do I have anything to do with the clutch or anything like that? Let's see. I don't think so. Nope, nothing else better there. Drivetrain? Nope. My drivetrain is actually a 6-speed, so I'm not going to go down with a 5-speed. That would make no sense. Now, the differential, nope, I don't want that. Now I'm going to actually go back out to daytime and actually see what other vehicles is out there. So still want to be able to get decent vehicles. It's just going to take me a bit of time to actually collect the money. But of course, when I'm actually doing high-end races and doing the daytime, because like I said, that's all I'm going to be doing right now, just basically collecting cars. Until I actually get a decent one, then I can actually finish off the storyline. And of course, the storyline is about 70% complete. So let me see here. What am I going to do? I still got some flamingos to get. I mean flamingos. I call them flamingos because I don't have them yet, so I got to go and get them. But let me see here. What am I looking for? I don't know what I'm looking for. I can do that one again for 34 or 64. Now, there is a dealership should be right behind me. So let me see. Dealership, fast travel, yes. I want to be able to see what the next cars are because I don't want to get the lower class cars. Like someone like I said was basically mentioned about the Evo and all that would be one of the better cars, but I beg to differ on that. Just because I know what the Evo is actually capable of. Anyway, regardless of that, I've got several Evos anyways. It's what it is. Okay, let me see if I can find anything that's there. There it is. Lancer Evo. I wish there is, not Mitsubishi, but what's the other one? I forget what the other one was. I don't think they got it added to the game, but there was something that would beat the Evo. I forget what it was back in the same. Yeah, Skyline. Skyline was actually was beating the Evo for the longest time because Skyline is the only one that you can use a computer on to actually change the differential, and a lot of people don't know that in their cars. Because it's the only car that basically you can hook up a laptop to and boom, it'll basically be done for you. So yeah. So right now, I'm actually not looking at that, but I'm looking at a little bit more expensive cars. Mercedes AMG is not a bad car, but it doesn't have the oomph. That one is actually not bad. The SRT Viper. That's like the another different version of the Dodge Viper. So I'm not going to worry about that one though, because I know I'm looking at the top speeds itself because I'm looking for a speed car instead of a drag car. So I'm looking at something I can buy that's decent. 2.1. Ooh, there's a 3.4, but customizability. There's the McLaren. There's the other McLaren. I've already got the very first version of the McLaren. That's the second version of it. And then you've got the Ferrari Italiana. That's actually not bad. The Lamborghini Countach is basically a very old car, but no, I'm not going to get that. It doesn't have the oomph on it. It looks nice. It's a nice car, though. Like I said, it looks nice. Testarossa, basically, it's a really old car too. I'm not going to get that. Like, I mean, I'm looking at the prices and I'm looking at the cars right now. 325 to start off, 4.4. That means even with the basis line, I'd be able to go along and do it that way. But it's 4.4 on the top and bottom. And it's got the acceleration, which is not bad. This is a little bit better, but also only for 2K more. Ooh, that might be an idea to pick up something, a vendor, which is not bad. Ooh, I'm starting to like to look at its stats. Ooh, this one's actually not too bad either. But the poor Spider, of course, is a 2015. So, I'm thinking. Now, 346, 6.1, differential, okay, on the power, 5.5 and 6.9. NOS there. I'm just trying to figure out. The LaFerrari, that is actually an older car, but let me think. It's worth about 1.1, but it's not actually worth 1.1 because it's 6.4 or 5.7 differential, and oh yes, I could do that. And of course, that is Koenigsegg, which is 1.2 million. Ooh, the differentials are crazy. But, I could get that within a few hours, the Koenigsegg. But I know it's actually a real fast car. But does it have the handling of the speed? That's the thing. Does it basically run sloppy on the road, or does it run what? That's what I'm worried about, because the way I know the back fin of the Koenigsegg actually lifts up as you pick up speed, so it gives you a bit more stability in the back of the car. But does it actually uphold against every other car, like for the high speeds? That's the thing. So that's what I'm thinking. Like, I mean, it is a fast car, but like say for pound for the car, for the control, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go along and check that out. I'm going to go along and get enough money for that car. I want to see what that Koenigsegg is like, because, like, I mean, it is one of the cheaper cars, and I'm trying to figure out why it would be the cheaper car. Like, I mean, it's like I said, it's not the most expensive car in the game. And I'm just trying to figure out why. Is it because of the speed? Or do you lose that much control of the car when you try to do like turning and stuff like that, or cornering, and so on and so forth, that it makes it cheaper? I don't know. Like, I mean, I remember playing, I think it was another Need for Speed game, and they did have a Koenigsegg, but they had the stats done where it actually balanced out. Like a bit balance it for the back to the front. But I don't know if it works well with this version itself. So hopefully it does, because that would be a really nice car. Now, let me see. Like I said, I also can sell off some of my cars too, but I don't want to sell off my cars. Not just yet. This one I've got right now is actually pretty good. But actually, I'm going to use my faster car. This one's okay. And I love the paint and stuff on this one. But I've got to find a garage first. There we go. No, I don't want to click on him. No, get him. There we go. Perfect. So I'm going to go back into the garage and use my faster car, because that's not my fastest car I've got. I've got a one that's a little over 390 something. Now, I'm not going for the top points, because sometimes you'll actually struggle with those. So let me go in here. And I mean struggle by looking at the points and say, oh, this one is faster, but it's actually slower. Like I thought the Corvettes and stuff like that will actually be faster in this game, but they're not. A lot of stuff is not. Like, I mean, this, the Lamborghini, is actually not that fast. Seriously, it's an okay car, but you know what I mean. See, this is a 6.5, 7.7, 8.8. Then I've got 8.2, 9.0, some 9.6 differential. Plus, like I said, even the not just because I didn't upgrade it to NOS, but that one is actually more of a racer too. I know you can change the stats a bit, but I mean, still, that is just a crazy car. And that's exactly what I look at. I look at the stats that I can actually pull myself through and get them upgraded in that direction. So yeah, like I said, knowing about the racing games and stuff like that, that's another thing too. Like I mean, people be like, "Oh, this is faster, this is slower, this is whatever." But like I mean, if you read the stats correctly, like I mean, your acceleration will be your takeoff, your power will be your power to your engine, and then you've got like every other stat then after. Basically, it just becomes a lot easier to understand curves and stuff like that when it comes to racing games. But yeah, but it's a lot of fun. Like I said, to understand that. Like I said, I love this car because of how much speed it has. Ooh. But it's still not completed because I still need the ultra parts that'll give it over 400. And I can't say this is the fastest car either because I'm not sure where the 400 will actually lay the last stat, and that's the problem. And what I mean last stat was where the power is or whatever, is I love having power and acceleration over just having, like, I mean, everything else. Because I love a fast takeoff car. I always did when I'm actually playing these games. So, you know, it's just one of those things that I'd like to be able to get and get my hands on and be able to finish it up. But of course, I'm trying to work on the Koenigsegg because that will give me some of the ultra parts automatically. And that's exactly the car I'm going to be using for some of the races. Because I noticed, like I said, when it comes to like level and what you got to face, like some of the cops and stuff like that, doing the Heat 3 races, you cannot outrace them at all. Because there's no way I can outrace it with this car. So I'm thinking after I use the Koenigsegg, I could actually outrace them. But I might be absolutely wrong. Like I said, the Koenigsegg might be this crap. You know, I might be good. I don't know. Like, I mean, it might be good for one thing and really bad for the other. So, hopefully it's not, because it'd be great. No. So, basically, that's what I'm going to be checking out now, to see exactly what's going on with that, and to see exactly what I'm going to be doing, trying to get that car. Because it's not that expensive. It's just that I want to be able to try to get that and basically test it out. So, like I've said, even 1 million credits in this game is not that much. Not really. It just depends on if I can actually upgrade it even further, like the car further compared to what it used to, what it is. So that means I could actually even make it faster to a point because of the parts and stuff like that. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what the availability is and whatever the case may be because I don't know what they've done with the Koenigsegg in this one. Because like I said, it's all to do with EA too. Like, I mean, sometimes they'll actually come out with one good car and everything else doesn't compare to it, or basically make one car they can customize so many times, like in so many different directions. Like, I mean, you can do pretty much almost anything with certain cars, or you should be able to. So I'm just basically testing that out, you know, and see exactly what I can do. Like, I mean, I would love to have the Ford truck and maxed out, like maxed it with the overall power instead of the acceleration, because acceleration would only make you spin out, like it's at least in dirt, or in theory it would actually do that. But I don't know, like I said, what it would do in this game. Like, I mean, I know you can use a car on dirt. I know it slows down for about 30% or so. So, you got kind of almost a stat done right there, but it's still kind of like a guessing game. So where I don't have like an off-road vehicle yet, and I will want one soon, is trying to figure out exactly what I can do with that, so I can get the parts and stuff from the off-road, and so on and so forth. So that's exactly what I'm looking at right now. I'm looking at try to make that a little bit better. I know, like I said, the Koenigsegg, and I think there's one other car that's actually really good. This one is actually half decent too, but I mean, I'm looking at the overall aspect of speed versus control. And if the control is not there, this one has pretty decent control, but I mean, I'm looking at the stat overall, and I'm not even looking at ultra parts yet. So I'm looking at the ultra parts, and this car might be absolutely crap at the end of it. It might not be the right thing for basically what I'm trying to do. So, like I said, with saying that, even with those people that has maxed it this game already and got the ultra parts, like I mean, it could probably give me a little bit more of an insight on it. But of course, I'd rather do it myself and try to figure out, because certain ones will actually be able to get myself through a race a lot better than others. So I'm looking at that and looking at the right vehicle for the job itself. So I want to be able to test it out myself to see how far I can go with it, and so on and so forth. So that's exactly what I'm looking at. Like, I mean, if I can get like enough cash to get it, which is not going to be too long, basically doing all the high-end races, I should have at least about $1 million within the next hour, and so on and so forth. But I'm not sure how much money I'm going to be able to make overall, and that's exactly what I'm looking at right now. Looking at max amount of cash and try to get that one vehicle, because that's the only vehicle I can see right now with the max stat or close to max stat is the Koenigsegg. And like I said, till I can get the nitro, and then the nitro. But see, I know not to really use nitro on a Koenigsegg, because it becomes like a ping pong ball. Or if the stats are right, because it's got a fiberglass body, but not a fiberglass body. Actually, my mistake. Basically a carbon fiber body. Is that's how the original car would be done, and I know it's super light. So, like I said, using NAS and stuff like that with that car is probably not a good idea. But I don't know. Like I said, see, the thing is, with EA games, it's really hard to go along and say one differential is going to be the same as the other. So, like, I mean, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at trying to make a good racer and try to do it that way. Like, I mean, I've got okay ones right now, and I'm trying to basically max at some of them. I'm not looking at the lower end cars, like the ones that's 20 and 30K, because they don't have the stats, especially for the higher level races. And that's the biggest problem right now for me, is try to stay away from them, because, like, I mean, they don't do nothing for me. Now, I could understand if I was doing, like I said, off-road and making a 300 plus like vehicle. I understand that. Like, I mean, you'll have the power and everything else to go through the mud, or basically through the dirt, whatever the case may be. One thing I noticed in this game too that it's missing, it's actually mud races. Basically having like the track done with mud, but I guess that would be kind of hard maybe to do it in this game, like I said. But it would be a fun concept to work with, because, like, I mean, think about taking too much mud and probably getting stuck in it, or having something like where it's actually slippery, or something like that. I know dirt could be slippery too, but I mean, the mud is havoc. And like I said, it'd be a different concept, a different type of race. And like I said, if you just got dirt or off-road, and then you got your tarmac, which is basically your road, like, I mean, it's only two concepts used, for what I can see anyways. Like I said, I don't know what it's like when it's raining in those off-road maps. I do not know if the road has actually changed the concept, because, as I said, EA does not do realistic games. They do racing games, but not realistic. Like, I mean, that's the thing that they're missing, and that's the great big huge thing that they're missing. And what I'm saying is, when they're actually missing that, they're missing some great points into the game itself. Like, I mean, I would love to have it as more realistic, so it can actually have, like, when it's raining, make the road a little bit more slippery. Like, I mean, make it like where you have to literally put slicks on your car to do it that way. Not just racing tires, not the whatever. But I remember, I think Need for Speed Heat has, not Heat, but Rivals has something similar system. But I mean, still, it's still missing a couple of concepts of what actually racing is when it comes to every type of racing. But some of the racing stuff is actually missing. And that's something, like I said, as I said before, they're not a racing simulator. They're a racing game. It is a completely different thing altogether. Like, I mean, there's so much unrealistic in here, it's not even funny. Like, when you drive across grass, yes, it slows you down. Fine. I get that. But if you race across wet grass, it does exactly the same stat or the same effect. And if you do it in real time, it doesn't actually have the same effect. Like, if you race against wet grass in reality, you'll basically end up spinning out or something else. It doesn't happen in this game. Like, I mean, I can understand steep hills and stuff like that. And like I said, just talking about racing games and how unrealistic one game is to the other. Like, I mean, Gran Turismo does that 100%, like 100% perfect. If it's raining, you're basically, you have to change to your rain tires and so on and so forth, or some type of weather tires. So it makes a big, huge difference that way. Now I'm going to be stuck here because I just glitched. I just glitched 100%, and it's just not going to let me up this hill. Come on. Let me up. Let me up. Come on. Come on. There we go. I'm just glad I got a lot of distance on those guys. I got over 1 mile, so it's not too bad. But regardless of that, like, when it comes to it, the EA can actually make a lot. Because they got the graphics engine to do it. They got all the designers to do it. But they don't have, like, I don't think they got to have the knowledge, like, to make, like, a realistic racer. But you do have the knowledge to make a racer. And that's the great huge thing, you know. Like I said, and I'm not to say ragging on EA that they're missing that much, but they're missing a lot. Like, I mean, I always loved the realism. I always loved to have something there that can actually even grab my attention when I'm out there racing. Like, I mean, that's why, like I said, when it comes to glitches and problems with the games, you will actually find a lot of them into, like I said, EA games. Not just the EA, but there's another company, I think that's what it is, that has racing games too, but, like, I mean, a lot of the concepts is actually missing. Like, some of the games out there are so whitewashed or doesn't have the availability of actually making, like, a realistic game. Like, right now, the roads are wet, and my tires are doing exactly the same thing as when they're dry. Like, I mean, I can understand that, you know, to a point, because there's less coding for someone else to do. But what is the point of, like I said, or what can be done with the game itself where it can actually be a lot more realistic? I would love to be able to hit my brakes and have it skid out just a little bit on water. And that's exactly what it is. If you're doing a high speed and you basically want it to brake, and you got a bit of water and everything on the track like it is now, you'll actually start hydroplaning. And that's pretty much what it's missing. It's missing those final details. And like I said, that's something I would love to be able to do, is to have that much more realistic. Like, I mean, Gran Turismo does it the best. But Gran Turismo also doesn't have the customizations. They do have some like color customizations and stuff, but their customizations are still limited compared to any Need for Speed game. But, you know, I guess it's the trade-off between the two because of what it is and what they're trying to do. So, you know, it's not like one is like better than the other. It's kind of in between. So, like, I mean, one game is just made for racing, I guess, and one is basically a simulation. And of course, a simulation is going to be completely, not completely different, but a lot different than what a racer is. So, you know, and that's exactly what I look at. So, like I said, it's not just about the speed and stuff like that, but the way that the track is designed. And like I said, sometimes I look at way some people take shortcuts to try and make money. Like EA does a lot of it, and so on and so forth. And why I'm actually saying about EA, because I'm playing. I always did like the EA games to a point. I did not like their sports games like hockey or anything like that. It's just not my type of style. But I mean, even my friend of mine plays the hockey, and he even says that the hockey is not that great. There's like, I mean, there's a couple of companies that actually make hockey games, and so on and so on, and sports games. But EA is known to have the most glitches and stuff and most problems. But I mean, what can you do, you know? Like I said, you're a multi-billion-dollar business that basically love taking shortcuts to make a quick bang for their buck. So anything that could be actually more realistic and stuff like that, they do leave a lot of stuff out. And that is a great huge problem because of the fact that I rather really play a realistic game. Now, I know, like I said, this game itself, Heat, is actually a lot of fun to play. And yes, a lot of fun to play with people. But the only thing is, it does lack a lot of design. And like, I mean, after playing so many games, as I said, for so many years, I see all these things that are missing. It's like when they actually done with the movie Sonic itself, and he actually used the human teeth instead of cartoonish, and then it actually cost them a lot of money just to fix the problem, just because of fan base. Well, the same thing with, like I said, with different games, same thing happens to a point. Like, I mean, people fall in love with a certain thing, and they expect to actually have that certain thing. And that's just it, you know? And like I said, with me saying that, it's just like, I'm not ragging on it, like I said, the company or anything like that, or saying there's anything wrong. I'm just saying it's just missing. When it's just missing, that means it wasn't available, or probably will never be available. Or if it was available in a certain game, why was it put in a certain game and not into the games that the people play now? Which is kind of weird. Because if you think about it, it's like, okay, why? Why is it this is not here? This is not here. And I noticed this stuff is not here. And I would love to see it in the game. Like, I mean, it's got a beautiful graphics, a beautiful design, and so on and so forth. And each version of the game, of course, they do come up with better and better graphics. But they also missing a lot of fundamentals that it could be actually added. And that is something that I would love to see being put into the game itself, so people can actually do it that way. Now, that is down 16, so I got to find another race. So I've got 334K, so I need a little bit more dowage. Ooh, this one is actually, we're at 68. So I can go back down to this one, fast travel down to this one, and collect that 68. So that'll give me about almost 400K. So not too bad, not too shabby. And of course, I'm just doing this with a decent curve. Like, I mean, it's not super fast, but like I said, I'd like to be able to see it with the ultra parts. But I'll worry about that after. Like I said, I want to be able to get the Koenigsegg, and I want to see exactly how that rides out. I want to be able to get other things too, but like I said, that's going to take me a minute to get there. So, you know, it's what it is. I know, like I said, there's one person who's got the Koenigsegg in my squad, but I mean, I just want to find out why it's actually one of the cheaper cars. Because like I said, I'm scratching my head on that. Because I know how good the Koenigsegg can be if it's done right. But I know how fail it can be if it's not done right. It's like basically the aspect of, like, say, racing and stuff like that in here. like I said, what it's missing and what it's not. But it doesn't take the fun away from the game, though. Like, I mean, if you enjoy it, you enjoy it, you know? I still enjoyed these games, but it's just like... I like to see more development in it. I don't know, like I said, if you guys feel the same way. Or have played other games as well, other racing games, but... If you're basically a huge racer, you should, like I said, yeah. Like, I mean, I've been playing racing games since the Super Nintendo. Like I said before, I played the basically Top Gear series and stuff like that. For a lot of people, you didn't get a chance of actually playing those. But they were actually beautifully done too, like, I mean, to a point. There is a couple of points that even back then, like, I mean, they didn't have the technology back then to actually do the graphics and stuff really high, extremely high, because it wasn't available, but they done their best what they had. Like, I mean, you got to think about it this way. We're dealing with megabytes and gigabytes and stuff. They were only dealing with bytes. They were doing like 16 megabytes, but all split up for the music and stuff like that, and graphics. So they done what they could. They done justice to certain games and made it look very beautiful for their age. People will be looking at these games now and saying, oh no, they look crap. But the only thing is, you gotta remember, when it comes to racing and stuff like that, and what they had to put in forward, there was actually a great big huge jump. Like, I mean, from the regular Nintendo to the Super Nintendo, it was a great big huge jump. And then they had, like, the N64, they actually came up with some good racers with that. But the N64 was basically the start, really, of true 3D racing games. And I love the racing games on the N64. Like, I mean, they were so nicely done. But I would love to see some of them remastered at the same time. Because a lot of those games itself, like the, even some of the Need for Speeds that they had back then too, that were actually well done. Like, I mean, as I said before, they had a lot more realistic things than what even the newer racers. Like, as I said before, when it comes to wet roads and stuff like that, I would like to build a hydroplane. I like to be able to have that much more. Like, if it's raining into the dirt, I like to see mud. I like to be able to have, like, a set of mud towers. I like to be able to see all this stuff. I like to be able to see a racer for what it's supposed to be. Like, I mean, you're not going to see a perfect road every day. And I know with the rain and stuff like that, it doesn't change the stat of your car. Which is kind of like... like I said, that's exactly what I look at it. Like, I mean, yes, I know how to race and stuff like that, but I see what it's missing in these games. But it's a lot of fun. Like, I mean, this game is still a lot of fun, but it's still missing some racing concepts. Like I said, I'm just basically saying, just say to EA, like I said, or anybody, basically, if you've got the software to make the graphics, basically use the engine and stuff like that to make it a lot more realistic. Like, I mean, you're not going to compete against Gran Turismo and stuff like that to a point, but there is actually a lot of realism that you can actually put still into the game, even with the engine that you're using, and so on and so forth. So, like I said, this is kind of a shout out to them and to the developers if they actually do anything with the game, because, like I said, it will make the game a lot more fun, but also a lot more thinking that goes into actually how you build your car. So it gives you a lot more customizations too. Like, I mean, think about it this way. With this game so far, with wraps and stuff like that, are like really extremely nice. But the only thing is, there is a certain availability of doing things in the game itself that I would love to see. And that's exactly what I'm talking about right now, just because of that reason. But anyway, like I said, for those, like I said, if you enjoyed the video so far, like I said, I'm sorry that I'm sounding like I'm ranting about what it's missing in the game. But I think, like, I mean, if you're going to be counted as a racer, that's what I'm saying. I mean, a little bit more realistic. Like I said, it could be plug and play. But, I mean, it's EA, you know. I'm not complaining about that. EA has always been around, like I say, to try to get the money grab anyway. But, you know, but it's all cool. It's all cool. Anyway, if you like the video so far, you can always hit that follow button. Like I said, I do stream quite often every day. I stream basically 3 times a day. This is my second stream, of course. This is an extended stream from my stream I done earlier. This is basically just a little different game, of course. This is Need for Speed 8. If you actually never played the game before or have maxed out this game or whatever the case may be, like I said, it's just crazy. Like, I mean, there is a lot of stuff. Like, I mean, I would love to see this game. I would love to see this game being remade and having, like, a little bit more customizations, a little bit more stuff added to it. But I don't know if EA will actually do that, you know. And, of course, EA is known for glitches. So, like, I mean, if you can't fix the glitches, that's fine, you know. Like, they're going to be in the game anyway. Like, every game is not glitch-free, not 100%. Like Skyrim, for instance, it's one of the great huge things that will actually never be glitch-free. So, basically for the age of Skyrim, even a remaster, there is still so many glitches in the game, it's not even funny. So, if you never take the glitches out of that, never expect to be 100% in the other game. So that's exactly what I look at it. Anyway, like I said, hopefully everybody's doing fine as well. Like I said, if you actually wanted to check my YouTube channel, you can actually do so. It's a link in the description itself. Yeah, I'm just taking turns a little bit sloppy right now. I should not be taking the turns the way I'm doing it, but hey, it still keep me in first place. But anyway, regardless of that, yeah. Like I said, I'm still not too bad of a driver. Like, I mean, yes, sometimes I take a turn a little bit differently each and every run, but I try not to go along and overstep it too much. Plus, I am doing this track because it's worth, like I say, so much amount of cash right now. This one is worth about, right now I'm looking at about 42 to 46K, but it started off with 60, so it's actually worth doing a couple of times. And that's why I'm doing a repeat, so I can get the maximum amount of cash, and doing it that way. So anyway, regardless of that, just keep the ball rolling in here and try to keep the cash going. So I need about, I need 1.2 million to get the Koenigsegg. I don't have the Koenigsegg yet. I'm not sure how good the Koenigsegg is or programmed in this one. I know, I forget what Need for Speed it was before. It had the same type of car, and it actually ran decently. So I'm not sure what they've done with the stats and stuff with this one. So, like I said, when I buy the car itself, I'll be able to test that out and whatever the case may be. And like I said, if someone give me some insight on the car before I do buy it, it'd be more than welcome too. Like, I mean, then I know exactly what I'm buying. Because if you already maxed it this game or did something else, like, I mean, I don't have the Ultra Perch yet. I'm basically going to be working on that once I get a decent car for it. But so I'm looking for speed versus, speed and handling versus just overall having perfect stats and everything. But I'm looking more for speed and handling so I can actually do the cops and stuff like that and finish off the Heat 3 races. Then I can start doing the Heat 5 races with the same type of vehicle. So I'm not going all over the road and stuff like that. Like I said, this one is actually not too bad with handling, and it's not too bad with speed either. But I know I can do better. I can do a heck of a lot better. And that's exactly what I'm looking at. I'm looking at for something that has decent handling and whatnot. So I'm not basically going to be like a ping pong ball all over the road or having issues. And that's exactly what I'm looking at. So, like I said, that's exactly what I'm trying to replace this car, so I can get something a little bit faster. And hopefully Koenigsegg actually does it for me. Like I said, I think, if I'm not mistaken, those got already Ultra parts on it, so it should be able to get me more Ultra parts for the rest of my cars. But that doesn't mean it's going to be that way. I don't know what it has, because I don't own it. And like I said, looking at the perfect 10s on the speed, and like I said, the acceleration and stuff like that, it looks pretty decent. But like I said, I don't know nothing else about it. So if I don't know nothing else about it, I'm only taking a guess right now what it has. So, like I said, until I get to that point where I've owned that car and be able to race it, then I know exactly what I'm dealing with. I'll have that within the next hour, or probably an hour or so, by doing these type of races. So it's not going to be a long grind. It's just that I like to be able to find some information on it first. Because the dealership will give me numbers, but it doesn't give me handling, it doesn't give me nothing overall. I know it's a racer, and I know it's basically one of the highest speed racers, but I don't know if it's actually stacked up for what it should be. And that is the biggest problem here. Like, I mean, I know how to handle the car pretty decently and stuff like that, and I know I had to race with it. It's just, what do I do? Like I said, how good is the fastest car? If the fastest car itself going to be doing X number amount, am I going to be all over the road, or having no traction, or am I going to be doing what? And that is the big thing. That's the big question. And this is going to be my last run, of course, of this track, and I'm going to be looking for another high-paid one, because then the pay will be actually very much less. So this is my third round. Ooh, I just basically took that turn a little bit wrong, but that's fine. That's fine. It's a little mistake, but it's not too bad. So I'm going to go around this corner, of course. On this one, and go straight over. But like I said, I like to be able to get to know some information about the stats and what cars is out there in this game, because I know there's some that's really good for turning, and it's got a really good turning ratio. Some of them are made just for pure speed, has a little bit less turning ratio, and there's also the ones that's, like I said, for off-road and stuff like that. Like, I mean, I'm looking at the stats. As I said before, looking at all the pickups, the Ford seems like the best, but I don't even know if that's the best, because at the end, when I get the stats and stuff built up, I don't know what it's going to be like. Like, I mean, I don't know if it's going to be like basically chewing into the dirt too much, or it's going to have too much power, and that's exactly what I'm looking at. And if it's going to be chewing too much into the dirt, that means it's going to be like mud. Like, I mean, dirt will basically then turn into mud, and that's exactly what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the stats overall, and try to figure out exactly which one is the best. And when I actually look at that, like an overall, to try to make the stats work, like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I'm dealing with. I don't know what I'm dealing with in this game. Now, if I was playing Rivals, now if I was playing the other games, I could tell you what the stats are. Because I'm after actually maxing that out. I'm after maxing it all Need for Speed so far. I maxed it Porsche Unleashed back in the day on PC. I played many of these games and maxed them out. I just don't know what I'm facing with this one, because like I said, I'm not new to the Need for Speed franchise. It's just that I really don't know what the cars and differential will be at the end, or what the speeds will be versus like each vehicle. So, like, I mean, I've got to take a stab at it, and hopefully I'll get it right. And like I said, that stab might cost me 20 vehicles before I can actually figure that out. But I'm not going to waste my time just trying to get all 20 vehicles. What I'm saying is, I'm looking at, like, for something for a racer. I'm also looking for something for off-road. And, like, I mean, people say, like I said, when it comes to it, the Mitsubishi, the Evo itself is one of the better cars for speed. But looking at the starting stats, it looks horrible. Looks absolutely horrible. But like I said, I don't know what it's like at the end. See, that's the problem. Is it better for control, or is it just better overall for basically doing it that way? Like I said, some of the vehicles with better control will actually be able to be better around quartering and stuff like that. So you'll be able to do races. But the only thing is, can you keep up with the speed of the race? That's the thing. And can you basically have the 100% going straight across the board? Will you actually be able to keep up in first place, or you will be stuck in last place? That's exactly another problem. So, like I said, stat-wise and stuff like that would make a big, huge difference, and that's exactly what I look at. Like, I mean, I look at the starting start and the finish start. And finish start was when I'm just before I get Ultra. If Ultra gives me an extra 5 points to say, that's fine. But It depends on what that 5 points is laid to with the drivetrain and stuff like that. Now, one drivetrain could give me an extra bit of acceleration, where the other drivetrain might just give me a little bit of something absolutely different. So, I just got to know exactly what I'm doing, what I'm actually doing with the differentials. So, like I said, it's not my first racing game, and it won't be my last racing game. But it's just that it's quite interesting the way they got this game designed itself overall, and trying to figure out exactly what it is. And that's exactly what I'm looking at now currently. Anyway, like I said, when it comes to, finding exactly what everybody else has found out so far and trying to get information, you gotta remember this information is not online. It's like me playing Trove in other games. The information is only shared through players in most cases. And like I said, one person will say, okay, this is a good car. Another person said, this is a crap car, but this one's a bit better. I'm trying to look for the best. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm not looking for the mid-range or the crap cars, because there's a lot of crap cars in these games. But I'm looking for the best for racing, the best for off-road, the best for everything else. So I'm actually be able to have control, stability, and everything else, basically within racing. Even off-road. That's what I look at. I look at everything that needs to be done and what can be availably done. Now, I'm looking for a circuit that's 64K. I'll take that one. I'll take that one. I'll go over to this garage here, fast travel, and go straight over to there, of course, and start doing that race. Now, as I said before, I'm avid into every game. I know what to expect in every game to a point. But where the programmer actually changed the game or changed anything into it, I just like to be able to find exactly where they changed it. That's just exactly. And it makes it quite interesting for me to even play the game and find out exactly what it is. And that is not going to make the three-star, but because I never went fast enough. But that's fine. That's fine. Because I'm not going for that right now. I'm not going for speed traps. No siree. I'm going for straight up cash. Now that one is underneath the bridge, I think. Yep. Or on the side of the bridge. I'll worry about that later on. No, this traffic is a little bit atrocious in here. But I'll get around that. Ooh. A taco just left. Taco Bell. Gotta love Taco Bell. Anyway, think about food now. That's not good. Alright, going in, play soda. I could play together with people just to get a little bit extra cash though. But right now there's nobody in my squad or anything like that. That's why I said it'd be a lot easier playing as squads and stuff to get more cash, get a little bit more stuff. But I'm not too much worried about that. I'm still not doing too bad. Oh, this is Aardvark. Aardvark. Okay, sweet. Alright, let's keep going, of course. And be able to keep running with that. Ooh. And right now I've got about almost 500k collected, so it's not too bad. So I need about another 700k and I can actually buy the Koenigsegg. Ooh. And then I'll be able to have something that I can actually look at to see what the stats it is and see if I can increase it a bit more or how much stability I can have. Because I'm not doing too bad, like I said, when it comes to that. I'm just trying to get around this freaking racer right now. Because all these racers want to do is play bumper cars. And that's the biggest problem. You stand right in front of you and you got to try to get around them. And it's just like, oh. So, yeah, it's crazy. I got to get around this dirt track here. Go around this corner. Coming around. A lot of turns. A lot of turns. And this is going to be one of the longer tracks, I do believe. Just because of what's on it. And what's in it. He's going to pass me. He's going to pass me because that was too sharp of a turn for this type of car. And that's just it. No, he just wants to play bumper cars. He just wants to try to make me into trash. That's not good. That's not good. But we're doing pretty good. We're still in second place here. So we're basically going down the speed. Woo! Ow, ow, ow. I just gotta watch it for this sharp turn. Because if I don't, it's not gonna be good. This is all this track is just a turn, a turn, a turn, a turn. I don't know if it's gonna be a turn for the worse or better. Ooh, ow. Come on. Come on. Get over there. Yes. Perfect. Under city bridges. Nice. Ooh. I love these bridges. Okay. Whoa. Turn. Okay, we got a turn coming up. All right. Ow. Gotta watch it for that. I think I just lost my side view mirror. But anyway, I'm going straight across. Ooh. All right. We're still doing good. We're still in first place. We're actually making up some distance between the second place car. But these turns are way too sharp for this speed of car. Like, I mean, I'm even putting on brakes just before, and they still basically end up going up the road. Just by a little bit, but not by much. Like I said, that one kind of like glitch when it actually kept on going towards the building. Like this radar tower here. Like, I mean, it shouldn't be, but it's what it is. Like, I mean, you only can slow down so much, and it only gives you like a split, almost sometimes a split second. There we go. There's a sharp turn right there. Split second is the turn, and basically slow down. Now that was a glitch. That was a complete glitch. I didn't even hit that side that much, but it still had to rock me up on the side there. Like I said, that's why I said this game is still full of glitches, but it's still playable, so it's not too bad. But dealing with the glitches and stuff like that in the game is just like that. As I said, all games are not going to be glitch free anyway. So it's what you got to deal with, I suppose. Okay, I'm going around the corner here. Still making around the corner. Sweet. Nice. All right, perfect. Can't go wrong with this. Okay, we are at the final lap right now. At least I've got 1 mile on the guys now, so I've got at least a bit of a wiggle room. But what I've got to watch it right now is my car. My car's damaged about halfway. So, like, I mean, with all the glitches and stuff like that still in this game, that might not last. Hopefully it does. Because I don't want to basically lose this race because it's worth that much. Oh, going in. Going around. Sweetness. Niceness. And this is a really good sharp turn here. With the radar towers. Going around the side. Ow. Gotta watch it for that. Coming around the side. Well, and now that was a glitch. That was a glitch. That was not supposed to happen. That just basically made me lose my sight of where I'm supposed to go. And that's not good. That's what I was saying. It's just like you said, there's a couple of things in this game kind of like brings you for a run. But it's not too bad. Like, I mean, as long as you got the distance and stuff between the cars, you're not doing too bad. So I'm going straight down the road. Straight down either side. Keep it on moving, of course. Moving and shaking. Gotta love shake and bake, you know. And if you're smoking weed, it'll be wake and bake. Sweet. Yeah, like I said, I don't smoke weed or do drugs myself, so I don't even know why I just said that, but it just sounds funny. All right, that is a 64 grand. Now I'm gonna go back to the garage for a minute and see what I can do with that. If if I can actually do something with a little bit extra cash, I might be able to go back to the dealership and get some monies. Or get something decent. I don't know what I can actually buy right now, though. I think I've got over 500,000. So I'm actually almost there, but halfway to get the Koenigsegg. But I'm seeing if there's any type of better car for speed. I got 558k. But I don't mind starting off with a lower stat and building up that stat just to go along and see if it's anything better. Because I don't want to have like a super fast car and have no control. That is the big, huge problem. Going over here. Going over to the dealership, of course, to check out that. And to see exactly what's available. Like I said, just a little reminder, guys, if you like to basically my channel itself, you can basically, or my stream, you can always hit that follow button. You can also check out my YouTube channel itself and basically see all my latest videos there, basically support that channel as well. And I thank you very much for the support, of course. And like I said, hopefully be able to join me sometime playing these type of games, because like I said, it's a lot more fun playing with people to that point. But like I said, there's only a certain amount of people right now online that's playing these type of games. So let me see. I got the Ford here, which is the 54,000, which has got not too bad stats. Now I was looking at the earlier vehicles, like this military vehicle, which has nothing. It doesn't even have enough of differential, nothing. So I know that's going to be crap. I know the Ford is going to be decent. But I wonder if there's a better one. Because I know there is a vehicle that it's kind of, actually that one Land Rover is not bad either. Let me think. The Ford or Land Rover? It's a toss-up between the two. And this is another one that's the Mercedes AMG. No. Let me see. I'm just seeing if there's anything that I can unlock later. Because I know I can get decent cars now. So I got one I can actually get. This is the Porsche 591k. That one actually doesn't seem too bad with the acceleration. So it'll be a quick takeoff. It'll power be decent. High speed, though, that's the only thing that will actually be lacking in that. But let me see here. Pangari, no. And the McLaren, nope. So, okay, let me see. What cars can I do unlock on this way? Now, I would love to have that vehicle. That is the, but you need to complete the off-road, so that would be actually kind of pointless. That's good. It's nice with the design, but it'll be still completely pointless. Let me see. I'm looking for something that's decent. Ooh, that's a GTR. Ooh, nice. And this is the Lamborghini Hurricane. That would actually not be too bad either. I'm looking for being a member of a level 50 crew, and of course I'm not part of one of them, so I can't get that vehicle. So what is the level of crew right now I'm part of? Yes, I gotta go back to the garage and find that out right quick, because I want to be able to find that much information. Now I gotta see what level my crew is, because if I gotta join a new crew or anything like that, I'll basically be able to do it that way. And I know, why in the heck is this guy still on the... Okay, there we go. Got past a bit of the clickbait, because I think there's like one or two people at the very beginning here, just parked there. Now I've got to go back to here to find out exactly what level of crew I'm part of. Enter garage. And that's the only way to do that is go this way and go into
Between you and me, I've been sleeping in the car just in case he tries to take it again.
showcase. Okay, the crew I'm part of. Let me see here. Give me a second here. I'll be able to see what level my crew is. I think it's only 43. I'm just trying to figure out why are we such a low level. But let me see. Menu. Okay. No, I'm gonna go along. View crew profile. There we go. Yeah, we're only level 43. Joined last online the 22nd. Yeah, this is not that active. Admin, okay, he's on the 21st. That was about almost over a year ago. There's only a couple of active members. Okay, he's online right now. So, Red Pred is online. Let me see this person now. I'm online right now. I basically joined last year, the 8th month of 24th. So that's not too bad. I'm not doing too bad with it. He's offline right now. This is the other guy. I think he's online right now. Yeah, he's online right now. He looks like he's got a kind of like a fuzzy thing. I don't know what that heck that is. But anywho, I'm just gonna go back out and do some more racing, of course, try to get more cash and work on that. And I'm gonna basically hopefully have enough cash by the end of today, or by another session, of course, to go along and buy the next car, which is going to be the Zonda, not the Zonda, but Koenigsegg. Like I said, I wish he added more stuff to the game too, in that direction, more list of cars. But anyway, what I'm going to do here, guys, I'm going to end my stream here. Hopefully you all enjoyed the show so far. Sorry I didn't have as much energy to put in this game as I normally would. But like I said, hopefully enjoyed it. Hopefully enjoyed the stream. Hopefully be able to follow as well. And thanks to the followers and thanks to the support, guys. Of course, like I said, you can also check out my YouTube channel as well and check on that as much as you want. And like I said, I do have a bunch of troll videos and stuff like that here as well. Hopefully, be able to use that information from those games. Anyway, regardless of that, I'm going to say goodnight to you. I'll see you in the wee hours of the morning. Peace out for now, and have fun, guys, and have a good one.